Hi, Patty. Good morning. Thank you for taking out the time and doing this again.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Why don't you please introduce yourself and the NSLC?
Yeah, of course. So, my name is Patty Hester, and I work for the National Student Leadership Conference. And what we do is we run academic leadership programs for predominantly high school students during the summer. So, we have students from all 50 states, over 70 countries, coming to one of 11 universities across the US to study one of 30 different career academic areas. And so, what that means is that students pick an area that interests them, see the campuses where it's offered, and you actually come to one of our programs in the US for, on average, 9 days. You live in the dorms, you do academic simulations, leadership workshops, of course, some fun things as well in there, but it's really meant to give students the ability to explore an academic area and work on those leadership skills while also getting a college experience. I don't know if you
Yes.
want to go. I can talk a little bit more about some of our campuses or specific programs, but you let me know.
Yes. We'll get there. But I was telling you the last time how this one student of ours had gone to UC Berkeley a few years ago through your program, and he had a very good time there. Still talks about it. How does it feel when you get such great student feedback and when they have an amazing experience on each campus?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible because it is. I firmly believe in what we do. We all do. I was a student myself 20 years ago. I did the program when I was in high school. And so I think between working for the company and attending it, I fully believe in what it is that we do. But when you hear students, especially ones that come from so far and take such a big chance to come to the program, have such a great time, it just reminds me that, this is important. It's a really great opportunity for students to figure out what they want to do. So whether you're doing our program, which obviously I'm here to talk about, but any summer program that helps you explore an academic area, a campus, kind of figure out what you want to do before you make a decision for 4 years, before you pick a school that is just for that subject. I think that that is something that I really take away from that feedback, is that that student had a great experience. They might have walked away loving that field. They might have walked away saying, I had a great time. That field's not for me, but both of those are really great outcomes because now they've done that in a shorter 9 day opportunity versus going to a school that is known for engineering and getting there and realizing, oh, this isn't exactly what I want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And summer is that one time where you can just take a break, unwind, have fun, and also do something adventurous and something lets you that helps you come out of your comfort zone. And I think that's when some schools play a very important role. From what we have heard from many of our UC students who've done the pre-college programs in India or in the US, like Harvard, Columbia, or in the UK at King's, Cambridge, one of the things that they've always shared is that they just ended up creating such good memories and great
Mhm.
bonds and met people from such diverse backgrounds. So the whole experience was so enriching because they
Mhm.
met so many people. It was just something, it was larger than life, and everybody
Yeah.
has such great things to say. So why okay, so I wanted to ask you what, because you've been with the NSLC for so long and you know it best. What about the NSLC really stands out, according to you?
Yeah. So I would say there's two things, and you kind of touched on it in what you were saying earlier. The first is that it is so hands on. So students are really getting the ability to try out these fields. They're not sitting in lectures from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. If you come for our medicine and healthcare program, you are doing hands on simulations with surgeons. You are doing dissection, suturing, craniotomies, soft casting. You're actually getting to work with these surgeons and learn from them, so you're getting to experience that hands-on part of the field to see like, hey, do I enjoy doing this? But you're also getting access to field trips, guest speakers, learning about what they did to get where they are. So you're really getting this behind the scenes look at the field. And I know for me, I grew up in San Diego and I did our international diplomacy program in DC. I had access to none of that growing up where I did. I wasn't going to embassies, I wasn't going to the State Department. That just didn't exist in San Diego. I can honestly say I don't remember if my school had a Model UN. I'm sure they did, who knows, but I didn't know it, so I didn't have that access to it. So even getting to do my first Model UN Security Council with the NSLC, all exposed me to this field, and it actually completely changed what I wanted to study. The second thing that I think makes NSLC a little bit different, sets us apart, is the leadership component. So all of our programs, regardless of the subject that you choose, have leadership in the whole entire program. So you're working with a leadership facilitator, whether you're doing acting, marine biology, engineering, or data science, right? So you are working almost every day with a facilitator on these leadership skills that you can take into this field, but you can also take into another field. So like I said, a great thing that happens is students come, they have a great time and realize, I don't think I want to do psychology and neuroscience. I want to be a doctor instead. I want to do medicine and healthcare. That's great. Those leadership skills are things you can take with you into any field you go into. And anecdotally, we also hear from our students and our college partners that the leadership component really helps shape their essays. They learn a lot about themselves. They learn a lot about their peers, kind of what they want, what they're looking for, and not just in terms of a career, but in terms of their life, in terms of their work style. And it really helps shape their essays. So again, these leadership skills are things that you can take with you immediately and put them to use when you leave.
Yeah, I think you've made a very strong point. Self discovery is a very important part of the applications process, and it could be through any meaningful opportunity. It just helps write a better essay because it comes straight
Mhm.
from the heart and you know
Yeah.
what you want to share with the world.
Mhm.
Can you share some of the campuses where students can get a sneak peek through your program?
Yeah, so we are at campuses across the US this summer. So we are at UC Berkeley, UCLA, Northwestern University in Chicago, University of Miami, Duke University. Then we have Virginia Tech, which is just for veterinary medicine, but a really fun program. DC is where you're going to find the bulk of our programming. We have American University, Georgetown, and Johns Hopkins. And then we have Yale and Columbia.
And are there any top popular programs that you've seen over the years? What do students prefer the most?
Yeah, so it does change. And I think we're right on the cusp of that changing. But since I have been with the NSLC, which is over a decade now, medicine and healthcare is the most popular program every single summer. Probably a third of our students will come through it. So it's at many different campuses. And then engineering, business and entrepreneurship, we have seen a huge increase in programs like data science, digital arts and design, and then also a very popular one that we've opened it at another campus just to give it more space, forensic science. But then I'd say every program generally does fill. We have some new ones like fashion management. We have kind of niche programs like marine biology, but I would say the ones that I mentioned are the ones we're kind of seeing trends toward, but I always recommend picking the one that interests you.
Yeah. So with so many options out there, often I've seen the younger students get a little confused because they want to do a bit of this and a bit of that. So how do we pick the most important, the best meaningful pre-college opportunity? What are some of the filters that we must keep in mind?
Yeah, so I mean, there are some logistical ones, right? Not every program's offered at every campus, and not every program's offered every time. So there's different weeks you choose. So you can always start there. But in terms of picking the one that you find will be the most fulfilling and that you'll get the most from, I recommend a few things. Taking some time on the website. Again, I'm speaking about our programs, but anything you look into, really take some time and see what's offered there. We have sample schedules, we have videos, so you can really see you're in activities from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. with us. Look at that schedule. If that day doesn't make you excited, it's probably not the subject for you. Those are really long days, so you want to make sure you're interested in that area. We have several alumni from India. We have alumni from all over the world, but for those that want to speak to alumni who are maybe from somewhere near them, we have several alumni from India who have signed up to be references and talk about their experience. So we can also connect you with alumni of the programs. So, and if our students who are local to you are not alumni of the program you're interested in, we can connect you with students anywhere in the world. So if you're really torn between international diplomacy and business and entrepreneurship because you're interested in economics and both of those programs touch on it, we can connect you with alumni of both. And that way you can talk to somebody closer to your age and really get to understand the program. I am always happy to help. My team is always happy to help. I have worked at 13 of our campuses. I'm an alumni. I know the programs well, but of course, sometimes it's just nice to speak to somebody who's also in high school, a recent graduate of high school. But I would say that if there's a subject you're interested in, take a look at it online. If you're between two and you have access to one where you are, if you're on Model UN, but you've always wondered what it would be like to do criminal justice, but there isn't that at your school, maybe choose the one that you don't have the opportunity for at home. So you can actually get a little bit of a taste of it before you decide, because you already know how you feel about that other subject.
Yeah, no, that's very helpful. Thank you. And I think connecting with the alumni or with your peers, it's just another connection altogether. A lot of
Mhm.
students find it easier to connect with a peer over a
Yeah.
counselor or a mentor because there's just so much relatability in that aspect.
And a lot of their parents also are happy to connect. So they sign up as the reference, but if you're a parent or if you are a parent and you'd like to speak to somebody who sent their kid this far away, a lot of their parents are usually very happy to connect about what they thought their student got out of it, how they felt putting their student on that plane. So I found that parents tend to be really helpful as well.
Yeah, and how many students or how many students do you see coming from India? Are there, is it a popular destination? Do students from India, are they encouraged, motivated to apply to this program because US is really far?
Yeah, so we do see students every year. And I would say, so overall, we probably 10% of our student body is international. And but that is all 70 plus countries. I would say every year from India, kind of just probably 40 to 50 students come. A lot of students from Delhi and Mumbai, but students from all over India as well. And that is looking back at the past few years. If I went back to 2019, 2018, probably higher, but of course, international travel is slow to pick up again. But we absolutely love having students from all over, students from India. I think it really helps shape what the college experience is. So there's no university in the US where you're going to go and be fully with American students. And there's no, so whether you're an international student or a domestic student, part of that college experience is meeting people from all over the world. And so it is far for students to come. If you've ever wanted to consider a university in the US or a university abroad, though, it's great to do a summer program. Because again, you're kind of like, if you come, US campuses are very unique to the United States, the dorm life, the campus life, learning about the sports and all of that, the clubs, kind of everything here. It's very much a unique experience that many campuses here are similar, but it's different to the rest of the world. And so if it's something that interests you, it's great to try it now, again, before you commit to campus tuition for 4 years, or, it gives you a little bit more than a 2-hour college tour. You're actually living in a dorm, eating in a cafeteria, going into classrooms, lecture halls, hearing from some of the professors at the university. So you're really getting to see if it interests you. But of course, it is far away, but it's really for you to explore that career field and get a taste of that college life.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's all about living the university life before you're even there. So it's just a great way of visiting different campuses, with
Mhm,
just getting an understanding of what college feels like. Um,
mhm.
so I think a large pool of students come to us with not so big budgets, and they're always looking for scholarships. What is the best way to get a scholarship at the NSLC?
Yeah, so we have scholarships that are based on both financial need and academic merit that students can apply for. And so the way that it works is you first enroll in a program and then you're eligible to apply for a scholarship. They are partial scholarships. I would say the average award amount is around 1,000 US dollars. And for reference, our programs are around 3,700 US dollars. So 3,700 is the average. But that's the average award amount. There is no cap on them. We evaluate each student separately. And I always recommend international students for various reasons. Of course, if you do have financial need, but in addition, there's the currency rate, there's the flight, there's the tourist visa, because to attend our program, you just need that visitor tourist visa. So you have a little bit more to go through to get to our programs. And so it always helps to do the application. 90% of students that apply for a scholarship get some amount of money. So anything helps toward that tuition. And, we also have a guide to fundraising that might not be as common where you are, but you can definitely go through it and see if that's something. And then it's a great practice if you're going to apply to university somewhere where you will need scholarship. It's just great to get in the habit of applying for those scholarships. So even if you only need 500 and you're like, I might be able to work or ask my family, it might be worth applying just so you can get enough practice of applying for that. In addition to the summer scholarship, which just so you all know, as of today, that is closed for 2023, but it is something we open every year. So you'd be able to apply for it for 2024. But we also have a college scholarship. Now, this is something that is a great benefit if you attend one of our programs. I wouldn't say it should be the reason you attend. The reason you should attend is because you want to explore the career field, come to the US, experience life on a college campus. But if you do attend one of our programs and want to attend one of our partner universities for your 4 years, you can apply for a scholarship. It is based fully on academic merit, so academic performance, your essays, your extracurriculars, your letter of rec, no residency requirement, no tax form requirement. And you'll see as you start applying to college that it is quite rare for all scholarships to be equally attainable for domestic and international students. So this is great. This one is. We'll email you senior year and remind you can apply. And let's say you do a program this summer at UC Berkeley, but for your 4 years, you want to go to Duke University, you can apply for the scholarship. It does not need to be the same campus where you attend your program this summer. You just need to attend a program and be attending one of our schools. So those are the 2 scholarships we have. The first one to help you attend the program. The second one, a benefit if you do. You can apply for a college scholarship.
Yeah, and I think the alumni scholarship is just an added advantage for many students who want to pursue their higher education in the US. It's just
Yes.
that extra, it's like icing on the cake, whoever
Yes.
wants that. But I think these were some of the most important questions that we often get from the students. Additionally, is there anything else that you want to share with us about the NSLC? Anything that will be benefit to our students? Then that'll be
Yeah.
great.
Definitely. So thinking about the college scholarship did make me think of one thing that's a pretty common question is, what do I get when I do the NSLC? What do I get when I finish? What is the purpose? Why would I do this? And so we answer that a couple ways. The biggest purpose is for the student themselves. So you're getting to experience that career field, life on a college campus, develop those leadership skills. So that's the reason you do NSLC. But you do get some tangible things in addition to that that you walk away with. You get a letter of recommendation that we will happily submit to universities, to the Common App, to clubs, to anything you need it for. You get a certificate of completion, and the same for that as well. And you get a transcript of your hours. So not meaning grades, you're not doing this for a grade, you're doing this to learn to participate. So you'll get a breakdown of all of your hours with us. So if you need that for anything, for a class, for a club, anything at all, you'll get that from us. And we will send that. You can request it online. If you're a freshman now, when you are a senior, you will still have access to that. And we submit dozens a day. So you do get that you'll get to take forward with you. It is not the make or break of a college application by any stretch. It's the same as doing any extracurricular, really. Anything you add to your resume, to your activities, always helps. But of course, grades, schools, your test scores, your letters of rec, all of that will come first. But this shows that you took some time in the summer to do some hands-on matriculation in a field to really experience college life. So of course it can only add in that way, but it's considered a supplemental addition to your application.
Yeah, I think the external letters of recommendation, they're always a plus. Students love it and they're always worried about it. So definitely those who are hearing this would be very excited,
Yeah.
because at the end of it all, it always comes down to the applications. But of
Yeah.
course, this is much more than that, and that's what students should take away from the experience, that it's just about learning something new. So that's great. um, I think that's that. I hope you
Yeah.
have an amazing summer. I hope all your students have a great summer, and I hope they learn some amazing things from their peers, faculty, family, everybody.
Yes.
But thank you so much, Patty, for doing
Yeah,
this.
thank you. And I
Means
hope
a
your
lot.
students find where they want to go as well. Good luck to them in everything they do. And thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much.